What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about the maps that are releasing in Season 2 for Modern Warfare 3, the return of some fan favorites, plus even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and also as a big reminder, we got plenty of brand new content going live over on dkdynamite.com for those out there who may prefer articles over videos, or for those that just want additional coverage on Call of Duty, plus plenty of tweets every single hour on Detonated's Twitter. Now, as of earlier today, the Duck Bundle that has been a meme around the COD community for the last week and a half, that ended up releasing for 1,800 COD points. No traces with the blueprints, but still a pretty goofy looking skin, and that sparks up a really big debate in the COD community as well. What's going to be better, right? The goofy looking skins like this one, or the milsim militarized looking operators that we've seen over the last couple of years, typically at launch or during preseason, and obviously things get a lot goofier as the seasons progress. But Detonated put out a pretty funny tweet talking about this the other day, right? These are the skins that sell, whether people like it or not. Although you may prefer milsim or militarized looking gritty skins, those aren't the ones that sell well throughout the seasons, hence why Activision keeps releasing skins such as this duck one. But speaking of cosmetic content, as of today, a free camo ended up releasing inside of Modern Warfare 3, and this one is themed around the Hundreds, a clothing brand that recently collaborated with Call of Duty. They collaborated with them over at COD Next, in which I actually got some merch themed around the Hundreds brand, and you could also see there's a bomb in the logo for the Hundreds, so that obviously hits home for me. But I'm surprised to get this one out for free, right? I don't think we've seen a camo released through a free bundle like this, at least not in recent years. But you could also find some clothing around the Hundreds brand over on the COD Online shop. Mr. Peaks also released in the COD Online shop during 115 Day about a week ago, and I just got them in the mail as of earlier today. But for those wondering what's going on this week with MW3 multiplayer, the Carry Forward Mosh Pit is scheduled to return, featuring Farm 18, Crown Raceway, Shoot House, and even Mercado Las Almas. Sally's shipment is not going to be in this playlist, but that's fair since the last couple of weeks we've been seeing shipment rotated in and out either in its own playlist or along with Meat and Rust. We've seen this a number of times now, so I think shipment will be back if you guys are looking for that in a future playlist update. But yeah, for whatever reason, these carry forward maps for Modern Warfare 2 aren't permanent and can't be found in regular quick play options, only in this carry forward mosh pit, which again has only been present a couple of times throughout MW3's life cycle. I don't have an issue with that at all, especially for those out there that maybe not have enjoyed these maps during Modern Warfare 2 last year. Maybe you didn't like the gunplay, the perk system, the movement. Now you can experience them in a whole new light while playing Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. But the good news is there's actually more carry forward maps. For those out there that want to enjoy these maps again in a different light within MW3, we have two more carry forward maps reportedly coming likely in Season 2. The first one is Greenberg Hotel, which is a map that also got added into Warzone Mobile's little multiplayer mode that also utilizes some MP maps from MW2 2022. That map is going to be coming to MW3 relatively soon. It's unclear if this will cycle out some of the other carry forward maps that we've already seen brought back into the game, like the ones I mentioned earlier, Farm 18, Shoot House, etc., etc. Zaya Observatory, which is essentially Dome, that's also a map that's going to be coming back into MW3. This one I'm not surprised about at all, and I don't believe either of these two maps are going to be considered quote-unquote new content on a roadmap or in the new 6v6 playlist next season. These are just carry forward maps that'll either be added into the existing carry forward Mosh Pit playlist whenever that's available, or will just be added in standalone throughout their own playlist at some point in the next month or whatnot. But Season 2 was obviously a bit frustrating last year, since despite not having brand new maps added in Season 1 for MW2 multiplayer, we only got Shipment and Shoot House. Season 2 only added in Museum and then Zaya Observatory, which is Dome. It's an area that we've already seen in Warzone, Al Mazrah, Spec Ops, and we also saw in multiplayer form throughout Vanguard. So it was frustrating to see multiplayer not get much love until I want to say Season 2 Reloaded, when we finally got our first original map, Himmelmat Expo. It wasn't until like Season 3 when stuff started to really kick off with brand new original locations. But following the release of Season 1 Reloaded, new leaks also surfaced in regards to the future of multiplayer. Data miners did find references to DOS House, a fan favorite map from Vanguard, which I want to say was the meat 24/7 of that game. It's a pretty small map people out there really use for camo grinding, on top of Shipment, of course. That map is also coming back in MW3. It's unclear when, but I'm gonna guess it'll be a playlist available in Season 2. References were discovered for a DOS House 24/7 playlist, and references to playlists for Zaya Observatory Dome and even Greenberg Hotel. So these are likely gonna be playlists that we end up seeing beginning on February 7th or shortly after with Season 2. But I'm not opposed to seeing a map like DOS House back inside of this game. I mean, I think the more small maps the merrier, so the people out there don't just rely on Shipment on its own or Rust, but you can rely on small maps like Meat and even DOS House to grind your camos and complete all your challenges in, right? I think that right there just builds more replayability for the game's multiplayer and doesn't create a system where people out there are only waiting for one map to be in rotation to get done what they have to get done. Now, I didn't forget, Sledgehammer did confirm prior to the reveal of Season 1 Season, we were going to end up getting 3 original 6v6 maps in Season 1, then again in Season 2. So we got our 3 originals in the first season in the form of Greece, Meat, and now Rio after Reloaded. Season 2 is meant to release the same type of original content, so I'm going to guess 2 original maps at the start of Season 2, and then 1 more during the mid-season update, which is going to be probably, early to mid-March or whatnot. So yeah, we get 3 original maps that are not remasters, not derived from any point of interest that we saw from Warzone. I mean, fingers crossed on that one. Although Urzikstan is still a quote-unquote new environment for Warzone, I doubt we're going to see areas pulled from Urzikstan into regular multiplayer. Unless it's for Ground War or some other game mode, I doubt we're going to see that for regular 6v6. But I do wonder, right, what is the future of 6v6 multiplayer after Season 2, right? Are we only going to see 1 to 2 original maps, if that, in Season 3 and beyond? Then they pair that with remasters and Warzone POIs? Or could we keep up this trend every season? I mean, I hope to see 3 original maps every single time, or at least a remake that we just have not ever seen before that could almost be and serve as a new map entirely for 99% of the community. I wonder how they're going to treat the rest of 6v6 throughout 2024. But leakers out there have also confirmed that we're apparently going to be getting 3 new war maps inside of MW3. I'm going to guess that we're just going to see 1 of these added throughout each season. So at least for the next 3 seasons, we should be seeing 1 new war operation. We have Operation Avalanche, Operation Exodus, and Operation Kuzka. So it's unclear as to what the objectives are or what's going to happen in these operations, but clearly the player base has been pretty healthy for either Ground War or just the regular war mode to justify adding in more points of interest and more operations for those experiences. So keep on playing the war mode if you want to go ahead and see more war maps added throughout the post-launch. World War II 2017 ended up adding in 1 new war map, I believe, with every map pack. So I think in total we might have gotten like 6 to 8 war operations throughout the entirety of that game's life cycle. Should be seeing at least 4 to 6 by the end of MW3 cycle if I had to take a guess. But if you guys are wondering what's going on with Ground War and even Gunfight, as of now there aren't any leaks as to what the next maps could be for those modes. I mean, Ground War is typically a pretty popular mode. I mean, we saw that being the case for Modern Warfare 19, again for MW2, and no doubt for MW3 when it comes to leveling and getting sniper challenges done. So I'm gonna assume we get more Ground War maps, but this is the mode where I don't see the possibility of original maps being added. This is where I see them just continuously adding in points of interest from Urzikstan, but I'm also not opposed at all to seeing little cutout portions of Ashika Island or Vandal or eventually Fortune's Keep and Rebirth, so they can really spice up Ground War a little bit with some other locations apart from the ones that are just in the big BR map. And when it comes to Gunfight, I'm also expecting maybe a couple more carry forward maps from Modern Warfare 2. Even though we want to see some original spots like we just saw with Training Facility, I'd want to see some more original ones, but I'm gonna guess they end up bringing in something like maybe Penthouse. That was a really cool map in Chicago in MW2's Gunfight. They'll probably do a couple more of those. Even a map like King, right? That was from Modern Warfare 19. They got remastered for MW2 Gunfight. They'll probably bring in a few more of those throughout the next few seasons, and at least a couple of original maps that also stand out apart from that. But the last thing I'll end with is that marketing for Season 2 isn't really that far away. If they follow the same tradition that they typically have for the last couple of Call of Duty titles, we should be seeing a full roadmap and blog post reveal an exact week before the start of the brand new season. So with the current start of Season 2 being scheduled for February the 7th, we should be getting some marketing on January 31st or within a good 24 to 36 hours after that date, in which we'll get more information about what is coming to multiplayer. But fingers crossed that they keep up a good tradition with MW3's post-launch, similar to Season 1 and the entirety of Cold War, where every game mode gets equal treatment. You get really exciting and healthy updates for multiplayer, Warzone, and even zombies. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on everything we know so far about the upcoming maps for MW3 Season 2? How are you feeling about the brand new camo they released for free today, plus even that duck bundle? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.